Go Spurs, go! Boop, boop. What is up, San Antonio? Whoop. Sorry, buddy. What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans, Oklahoma City Thunder fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. Tonight we're doing a live play-by-play reaction for our Spurs visiting the Thunder. We got some trendy tonight. Victor Wemby versus Chet Holmgren should be an entertaining game. And speaking of entertaining, my Yankees, I got to keep it up here, doing the 2TV thing again, watching the Spurs right in front of me, calling the game. But right down there in the corner, I got the Yankees and Dodgers game on. And the Yankees are up 5-0. Could win another one and send it to a Game 6. Could the Yankees pull off the greatest comeback of all time? Sure, the Red Sox have it right now, coming back against my own Yankees 20 years ago. 20 years ago, guys. They came back from 3-0 in the ALCS. But nobody's ever come back in the World Series. Could the Yankees be the first to do it? Their bats are on fire right now. Maybe. But man, I'm hoping for a Spurs win tonight. This Thunder team is stacked. It ain't going to be easy. Gabriel, good evening. Jamie, Tycoon, Doja. It is all in the cards. Man, I hope both my teams win tonight. The Spurs and Yankees would be nice, as I saw all my teams lose on, Monday night. The Giants, the Spurs, and Yankees all lost. Let's see if we can get a double win tonight. And oh my gosh, did I blow it last night? You guys know I'm a Yankees fan, or some of you may know. For whatever reason, I did not record any YouTube shorts. I missed the Grand Slam. I missed the dummy ripping the ball out of Mookie Betts' glove. I was sitting there watching, and I don't know. Me and Miss TSR were talking all night, and I was with her, and I just was not thinking about the channel at the moment. I hadn't stayed to the end of the game. I did shut it off on the bottom of the eighth when the Yankees went up 11-4. I was exhausted, and I called it a night. But a great win last night. And this game's tied 124-124. I hope this is not going to overtime. I'm talking about the Celtics and Pacers because that means it's going to screw up our game. It's going to overtime. You got to be freaking kidding me. No! The Celtics and Pacers are going into overtime. Smother puss bucket. Man, now I feel like I just got Chuck Norris. The Celtics were down by like 10 when I threw the game on, and they're going to start they're probably going to start the Spurs and Thunder game on ESPN2. They were down by 15. Never mind 10. Juwan says they were down by 15, and of course, they come back when the Spurs are playing the Celtics. You know what? The NBA needs to do a better job of scheduling these darn things. This happens more often than not. If you're going to have a game back-to-back, have one game start at 7, the other game at 10, just in case. Steven, I hope they get whooped. But now we have overtime with the Celtics and the Pacers, which also a double kick in the jubblies for me, because I got to work at 7 a.m. tomorrow, so I figured this game would get over around 12 p.m. It's probably now going to get over a little later than expected. Oh, boy. I do have, ESPN2 is showing college football. It'll be on ESPN3 probably. It'll probably be on ESPN3. Okay. I'll put on ESPN3 to keep an eye on the Thunder game. Your event's about to begin. Never mind, nothing's there. So back to ESPN1. It's the Above the Rim broadcast too, which is just all... Ugh. Not good. Jay Money, the Cavs are 5-0. Really? Brandon, good evening to you. We do have a tough schedule right now. Gio, good evening to you. Bart, I don't know if I've ever had a Red Bull. I certainly don't own any. Wow. Yasursi says the Pacers actually blew a 23-point lead. Okay. Celtics' largest comeback since April 30th, 2021 versus the Spurs. Okay, well, that's what we needed. Greg, what's up? He says, good evening, Sir Richard the Lionheart. I hope you had a good day. My mechanic told me the repairs on my 2004 CRV would cost more than... Greg, I'm in that situation right now. I have my Mustang, which you guys have seen on the channel, and I think a couple shorts have been put up on this channel. Then I have my mom's SUV, which I took when she passed away back. I took it over in early 2018. And that thing's exhaust has got a hole in it, so it's making all sorts of noise. Now the front, one of the headlights isn't working. I got an inspection coming up in December. Not a safety inspection in Connecticut. You just have to pass emissions, but I don't know if that thing will pass emissions. So I feel you. The car is not worth that much. 4:20 left now in this Pacers-Celtics game, which is in overtime. Coming up next, they're saying, is San Antonio and Oklahoma City, but 5 minutes in the NBA is like 20 minutes. Not my Roku's acting all back out. Are there lots of logs, Muhammad? I don't know why I pay for League Pass. Bixby, it sucks with League Pass if your team, or our team, should I say, is nationally televised, i.e. ESPN, TNT, or even NBA TV. It's not going to be available on your League Pass. It's horrible. I don't like it. I haven't get Sling to watch the games because they're always way behind. And right now the app's acting a little weird. And I left the app and came back and I was doing fine. So Glazzy Bacon says, my coach benched me the first half because I wasn't able to attend practice because of my job. We were down 20 in the first half and then he put me in and we only lost by 2. You are experiencing streaming interruptions. Help improve streaming quality. Check your network connection. My network connection's fine. I'm streaming fine. What's going on here? Anyway, what's up, Penalty the Spurs fan? Thank you for stopping in. I'm wired with 500 fiber internet. How fast does my internet need to be to stream the thing correctly? Jeez. Ayo, it kills. We pay all this money on the League Pass and can't watch all the money, right? It sucks. You know what? I'm gonna have to do the old trick if there's a problem with the connection, and this is a Roku trick, or this is actually a streaming trick in general. If your stream is having issues or going slow, drop it down from 4K to 1080 or from 480 to 10 or to 720. I'm actually gonna go to 720p. The bandwidth is lower, and it may help the app run smoother. My app's running poop tonight, so we'll watch it in non-HD. I mean, it's still HD, but you know what I mean. Not 1080p, it's 720, which is still fine, but come on, man. Go Spurs, go in from the Philippines. 3:11 left in this Celtics and Pacers game. For those of you just coming in, the Spurs and Thunder game should be starting around now, but the Celtics and Pacers went into overtime. Of course they did, and the Pacers were up at like 23 or 24, and the Celtics came back. I turned this game on with, I don't know, a minute and a half left, and the Celtics were down by like 10. And Derek White just hit a 3 to bring it to 127, former San Antonio Spurs. Of course, Bonjour, Arno. Watching from Saudi Arabia, Ido. First of all, thank you both for being Jax Cordy, Daniel Barry, Jim, what's going on? I'm excited for Chemmy tonight. Spurs and Thunder should be starting hopefully in the next few minutes. We are delayed because of the Celtics and Pacers, but while we're delayed, if you're looking for something to do, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Fast, free, fun, nutritious, and delicious, and it looks like this.
Go, Spurs, go! Go, Spurs, go!
Ron, go Spurs, go to you, and Steven, yeah, sure. The Rockets. We can go with that. Little homie, good evening to you. Desde Mexico, watchando este gringo. Watching from this gringo from Mexico. I think that's what that says. So thank you for being here. Man, I'm not trying to watch no Celtics. Kokoshibo, I'm not trying to watch no Celtics either. Why does this keep buffering? Dude. Why is my Roku being garbage tonight? I can't watch it on the NBA League Pass. Come on, Espen. Let's get the W is right. Pistons end 4 losses in a row, J Money? Because I doubt they're ending 4. All right, I'm going to unplug my Roku and plug it back in. I'll put the Ghost Spurs go up while I'm doing that. Wait, the system needs a reset. Coming back, my friends. Little trick, if electronic device is not working, we'll just unplug it. Oh, let me check the Yankees score. It's still 5-0 in the top of the 5th. Andy, you, holla to you. Welcome back, Pedro. Chris Paul hitting 10 tonight. Stephanie, maybe his scoring has been inconsistent, shall we say? So we'll see on that. Justin, good evening to you. Two Clutch Court, what's going on? Tax Brazilian Ghost, thank you for stopping in. Yogi, thank you for being here. We are still waiting for the Pacers and Celtics game to end. It is in overtime. But that's not a typo. The Yankees are beating the Dodgers 5-0. Oh, Wemby's going to go hard tonight, but they both are. Beavis, good evening to you. Derek White has looked great for the Celtics. Natango Lega, NBA fan, thank you for being here. Dodgers have bases loaded with no outs. Do they? They do have the bases loaded with no outs. Oh my gosh, I just looked over. You aren't kidding. Celtics are down 128-127, 2 minutes left of overtime in this Pacers game. I hope this game ends. Come on, man. Yes, Slim versus Slim tonight. Somebody put up a picture on Facebook. It was kind of unfair. It's like today's centers versus the past centers, and it was David Robinson and Shaq with a muscle shot versus Chet and Wemby. And I'm like, one of these things is not like the other. What's up, Vexo? Thank you for stopping in. It's going to be a great matchup. My ESPN's acting very weird. Is anybody else watching ESPN on Sling? It's been kind of, I don't know. It says there's streaming connections, or I don't know if a bandwidth. I have 500 internet. How much bandwidth do I need? Stupid Roku. Both teams do have 2 timeouts. They're announcing the players in OKC. Thank you, Arno. Is it on ESPN 3? Because that's usually what happens. I think the Dodgers just scored. The Yankees got a double play. They got to run. All right, let me change that. Still a nice lead. I like a good 4-run lead. I like a 5-run lead a little better. Cason Wallace is starting. I saw that the Thunder are dealing with a few injuries. I believe Isaiah Hartenstein's hurt. One of the Jalen Williams, not the better Jalen Williams, and then Kendrick Williams. So they got a few issues. I'm trying to watch it on my Roku too, and it seems to be acting a little odd. Or ESPN is. The holdup is the Pacers and the Celtics are in overtime. There's a minute 10 left. Pacers are up 130-128. The Celtics were down by like 23 or 24. The Celtics came back and tied the stupid game. Dino, good evening to you. Yeah, my Roku seems to be fine. It's the ESPN Sling app that it's pausing at occasionally, and I'm hoping that goes away for the Spurs game. Actually, let me put it on ESPN 3. How dare this thing say I don't have bandwidth? So one thing that sucks not having cable is cable's, at least when watching TV, much more steady than streaming. Oh, this above the rim is... It's above the rim. Can I call game with this view? It seems like it's ESPN 1's the problem. Oh, I don't like this above the rim camera. Let me just zoomed in on the free throw line. There's a minute 9 left. Paul, Champagny, Sign, Barnes, Wembanyama figures. Our game was supposed to start a while ago. It's 1:30 all with a minute 9 left in this Pacers and Celtics game. Ooh, this above the rim camera is absolutely trash. Does anybody actually like this? I mean, as a play caller, this is the worst camera ever. Oh my gosh, I could not call a game like this. And they're showing the Celtics and the Pacers on ESPN 3, so I guess, okay. Guess the only option is ESPN 1. Veronica, thank you for stopping in. Use Hulu. I've used Sling before. I have it for a month now, so I'm kind of stuck, but I'll probably look at other streaming options if I'm having problems on here. Cowboy X Factor, good evening, said Aaron Judge finally showed up like a short summarizing the game last night, but would be nice for Giants and Spurs. You know what? I appreciate that Cowboy X Factor, but that short has gotten almost no views, and the amount of time to put it together, if people don't want to watch them, I can't put the time in because I don't have the time between this channel, the live streams, relationship, the other channel. I don't have the time. I want to do something because I blew it. I should have recorded a reaction to the Grand Slam and that stupid guy taking the ball out of Mookie Betts' glove, and I blew it. I blew it. I had one job to do, and you blew it. Ralph, I haven't heard anything about that. Bobby February rooting for 4. By the way, Celtics had the lead, their first lead since being down or since being up 13-12. They were down by as much as 24. The Celtics were down by 24. They're up by 2. 40 seconds left of overtime. This Spurs game was supposed to start a while ago, and I got to work at 7 a.m. tomorrow, and it's going to be a late game. So those of you that are staying up late, yeah, going to be one of those nights. Oh my gosh, ESPN is awful tonight. ESPN on Sling is awful. Is anybody else having some issues? Is it just me? I've restarted my Roku. Oh boy. Bandwidth saver? No, I don't want. Why the heck is there a bandwidth saver on my Roku on? No. I have 500. Why are you trying to save bandwidth? Use it. Use the bandwidth, Luke. Well, that's a dumb feature. I didn't ask for that. Nathan says, let's go Thunder. I'm not down with Sling right now. This game is taking forever. Humberto, I hope we get a win. This is the Thunder. They were the best team in the Western Conference last year. No, they did not make the NBA Finals, but they were record-wise tied for the best. I don't remember who tied them. Was it the Nuggets or Mavericks? I'm kind of drawing a blank on that. Drawing a huge blank on that? Come on, Sling, will you just work? Do not say 2 overtime coming, please. That is not even funny. Wait, is the game started? I still have the Celtics and the Pacers. Okay, I got the Thunder and Spurs on above the rim, apparently. I am way behind on the clock. This game started a few minutes ago. I'm just seeing the Sohan painting the bucket. All right, so it's on ESPN 3 for those that are ESPN subscribers. So the players are on the court, and we've already gone. ESPN hasn't even updated their anything yet. ESPN, you're killing me tonight. All right, there we go. Maybe I got to do a refresh. My apologies. The game has been moved to ESPN 3 temporarily while the Celtics game takes forever. And Wemby just got a bucket. I didn't see how he scored, but it's a bucket. And we'll take it. Let me mute my computer just in case an ad pops up. Spurs up 6-2. Not on the court is not straight. We have a timeout, 9.5 minutes to go. Spurs up 6-2, and we are up and running. All right. Oh my gosh, the World Series is tied. What happened? I've been fudging with the stream. Why is it 5-5? Oh man. Milton, good evening to you. Caesar, I don't want to do any of those. Plus, I can't look at, even if I wanted to do that, I can't see OBS and you guys and watch the game all at once. It's physically impossible. I would need like 2 computers in front of me, and I don't want to do that. Cole is selling the game. I didn't realize it was 5-5. Did the Pacers win? Is that game over? Aaron Boone stinks. Yeah, Quebec, I know they scored 5. Did they have like a 2-run home run, a 3-run home run? 30 Beards, what's going on? Your screen's all blurry. The YouTube screen, hit refresh on it. Everybody else looking good? Is it just him, or are we having technical difficulties across the board? Oh man, come on, Rich, get that straight. All right, that's good. There we go. Don't touch anything, Rich. You're all good. ESPN 3 streaming is better than ESPN 2. Actually, it is for me tonight. ESPN 3 is working great. ESPN 1's acting all... Ugh. I need more Well, I got the fast connection, Andy. I got 500. That should be fast enough. I actually do have a computer monitor that I could use for work, but I still don't want to do that. No, that's not me. All right, Spurs up 6-2. Good start. Let me see who's been doing all the scoring for the Spurs. I know Sohan scored. Wemby's got 4, and Sohan's got 2. Wait, what? Oh, this game, I might be a little behind. So because I'm because I'm streaming on Sling on the Roku, I am going to be behind live cable and ESPN scoreboard. So just a heads up, be careful putting scores in the chat. I do have a slight delay, which is also a huge benefit of cable, is there is no delay. And over the air is even better, but being in Connecticut, I don't pull the Spurs in over the air at all. I am slinging Veronica. I hate it. It's the only... I just don't want to get cable again. It's ridiculously expensive, and I wouldn't use it. I'd have a zillion channels and watch like 3 of them. I'm not a baseball guy, but would Wemby be called strike from his shoulder? Yes, actually, Wemby's strike zone would be monstrous. Saul 77, good evening. The Pacers won. Donnell says that game is over. Thank goodness. So I'll switch back to regular ESPN. Hope ESPN works tonight for me, or I'm going to have to watch this awful Above the Rim broadcast. Yeah, final overtime. Pacers won 135-132. Switch to the Spurs game already. Sling is pulling a Giants 2-point conversion play. Cowboy X Factor, that was the worst play ever. That was absolutely god-awful. I don't know what Brian Dable was doing there, running a high school type play, a college football type play, but putting your entire offensive line on the far left made it completely predictable on what we were doing, and it didn't work, and it blew up in our face, and they lost the game. Why are they interviewing people? Get to the Spurs game. ESPN, you suck. All right, back to ESPN 3, because... Man, ESPN sucks. I went to ESPN 1 and I missed like multiple baskets. I'm sorry. I'm so frustrated with ESPN. Rightfully so. I literally missed a minute of our Spurs playing, and I hate missing our Spurs. And I can't call the game if I can't see it. All right. We are back. It is 8-7. Harrison Barnes in the paint. Going to get fouled. Spurs up by 1. See what it says, paying for it. The NBA League Pass is painful because you guys have talked about it. You pay so much money to watch your favorite team, and then half the games are blacked out, and you got to get ESPN and TNT, or the games just aren't being shown for who knows what reason whatsoever. The same on Google. You start watching ESPN 2. Barnes' first free throw is good. Is that official, J Money? Vassell's coming back the first week of November? Hawks lost? Yes, we want to root for the Atlanta Hawks to lose as many games as possible. Don't forget that. We want the Hawks to lose. Lose, lose, lose. Fashion Flex, a good evening to you. Was that Chet for 3? Yes, it was. All right. Thunder come in undefeated at 3-0. The Spurs come in at 1-2. CP3 way out in three-point land. Gets it over into Wemby. Wemby versus Chet one-on-one, which is what I want to see. Wemby's going to drive in the paint. Throws a pass back to Paul. Paul's going to almost turn the ball over. Nice save by Sohan. Sohan's going to force the shot with the clock running out. No good. Back to Barnes. Back to Sohan in the paint. Throws up a brick. And it's Thunder ball all tied up at 10. Thunder got a 5-on-4. Chet's going to take it at Wemby. Passes it out for 3. 3 is no good by SGA. It is Spurs ball. All right, we're rolling. Thank you, It Kills. Yes, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so. Octane, I don't want to wish injury on anybody. And Jay, we need Devin. November 2nd is official. Good. CP3 going to take a 3. No good. 7:15 to go in the first quarter. And the Yankees and Dodgers are tied at 5. The Yankees were up 5-0. Chet for 3 again. All right, Chet's cooking right now. Champagny for 3. No good. Chris Paul gets the offensive board and passes it right into the hands of Jalen Williams. He takes it coast to coast for a dunk, and Pop's calling a timeout. Yeah, he did him easy. I don't know if he gave up on it, but I heard the announcer say something about Wemby on that. It's a broken record, Caviar Industries. Turnovers and poor shooting is just it's been like that for the last couple years. By the way, I'm wearing an HEB Mono Ginobili shirt. Mono in the house. Yes, get the sandals out. Is it me or offensively? Spurs are really poor since the beginning of the season. I mean, the second game, we looked fine against the Rockets, and they started poor offensively Monday night versus the Rockets, but turned it up. So, I mean, they're just not meshing as of yet. I can't do a heart with my hands. Jeremiah, I'm excited to have Devin back in the lineup, but I got to assume Julian Champagny's going to the bench. No cap, we're going to get cooked. Even if we lose, I hope it stays competitive. Pop needs to choose some... Whoa. Cactus Man, thank you for stopping in. A Thunder fan, appreciate you being here. All Thunder fans, welcome. Of course, Spurs fans, you are... It goes without saying you're welcome here. Coyote, thank you as always. Chris Paul has 3 turnovers already. He has started the season sloppy. Wow, that's bad. Let's not get carried away, Cowboy X Factor. Chet and J-Dubs are a bit better than both. Well, yes. The Thunder have... They're further along than we are. Arno... People have to remember how old Chris Paul is. At his age, the wheels could just fall off at any point. LeBron James is playing humanish right now, shooting under 50%, 20 points per game. Sure, he's still doing the 7 boards and 7 assists, but eventually Father Time catches up to everybody. Maybe starting to catch up to LeBron James, and maybe CP3 is now hitting that wall in his 19th season or 20th season, whatever season he's in. He was a backup for the Warriors last year for a reason. Well, of course, Steph Curry was ahead of him, but you see what I'm saying? Maybe he's, from last season to this season, lost another step. I don't know yet. It's too early to tell. But if he's out there turning the ball over all the time, that's not helping our team develop, or it's definitely not going to help us winning the games. Our offense is definitely bad at times. And thank you, Veronica. She says, don't forget to hit the like, folks. Appreciate you. Levi and friends, thank you for stopping in. Time for some Wemby Donkey? Yeah, we could use some Wemby Donkey. Bobby, this is going to be a very hard game, but I want it to be competitive. I don't come into this game with delusions of grandeur that we're going to win this game and blow out the Thunder, but I want us to be competitive and play as a team offensively, defensively, build some blocks. And if you lose by 8 or 9, okay, you lost to one of the best teams in the Western Conference. But go out, with pride and go down with a fight. Don't just lay down and lose by 30, which I hope we don't. Kelvin's checked in for the Spurs, as has good old Zach Collins, who, to his credit, has been playing fairly well this year. Listen, he's been okay. I can't beat him up too much. CP3 with the ball gets it to Jeremy Sohan. Sohan will kick it out to Barnes for 3. No good. And Chet with the rebound. Actually, I'm watching the Above the Rim broadcast because ESPN1's not working, so I guess I'm going to have to call it like this. I might struggle with the Thunder players. That's a miss and a rebound by Collins. This is really hard to watch, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Do it for the people. The people's champs here. And I can't watch ESPN1 because I'm going to keep buffering. Zach Collins for 3. Just as I said, you've been playing better. He misses a 3. Thunder try to go fast break and get it up to Chet. Zach gets back in transition. Chet with the turnaround, spin around Jay, no good. The Sohan with the rebound, and they'll get it to CP3, who'll bring it up the court. Under 6 minutes to go. Thunder up 15-10. Chris Paul will pass it to Kelvin, back to CP3, back to Kelvin. Kelvin has not started this year shooting well at all. I'm a little disappointed. A lot disappointed. Barnes with the pull-up J, no good. Gets his own miss. And now we have a whistle. That's going to be one to Spurs. If Wemby stays his tall AWS in the damn paint, will win. Not if he's breaking jumps. Yeah. I would like to see him do more work closer to the rim than throwing out three-pointers. Caesar C, good evening to you. We have a bunch of substitutions. Stephon Castle, Blake Wesley checking in for the Spurs. So we're going to be better defensively. Maybe not so much offensively. The Thunder definitely have more talent than the Spurs right now. I mean, I don't like saying it, but it's the truth. SGA for three. In and out Burger. Keldon's going to jump for the rebound. And Blake Wesley will sprint up the court. And then just stop there. Blake still with the ball. 16 on the shot clock. Plenty of time. Gets it to the Sohan. Jeremy back out to Blake. Over to Collins. Dumps it off to Keldon. It goes in the backcourt. And that's backcourt violation. Another turnover. Nate Dog, good evening to you. Imagine this. Vassell, Castle, Vassell, Sohan, Flag, Wemby, Levi. Yeah, yeah. Well, Dylan, I do, but I don't want to go into religion too much. You know, it's not a religious channel. I'm religious, but this is a sports channel. But thank you for stopping in with that. Appreciate you. Chet is better than Wemby straight up. Based on what? He's got a better team. He has one of the best young players in the NBA on his side, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But aside from, and he's been a year longer than Wemby. Granted, he didn't play the first year, but he has been in the NBA a year longer. So what straight up is he better? I'm gonna disagree with that. I would say they're fairly even right now. Let's have that conversation at the end of the year. Because let's not forget, last season, everybody was saying at the start of the season, Chet Holmgren was going to win Rookie of the Year. Well, it didn't pan out like that by the end of the year, did it? 17-10. The Spurs have not scored in what feels like a few minutes. They are not playing well offensively. Trying to be nice. Stephon Castle's got the pineapple power tonight. Over to Blake Wesley. Wesley with 3 on the shot clock. He's going to force a 3. Off the rim, no good. Dort with the rebound. We cannot let this get to double digits. Alex Caruso's checked in for the Thunder. He drives, kicks it out for 3. Good. I could not see who shot that for the Thunder. I'm watching this weird above the rim thing. We'll try ESPN 1 on the next time out to see if ESPN 1's working for me. Collins for 3. Okay, Zach. Collins, the unlikely hero. Sure, I don't care. Somebody step up for the Spurs tonight. It's another 3 for the Thunder. Boy, this above the camera view. I do not know who any of these Thunder guys are when seeing them from this perspective. I got to change this. Kelvin's going to drive into the paint. Throws it up off the glass. Good. Nice, Kelvin. And I'd like to see Kelvin do more work closer to the rim than... What, he missed 5 threes the other night? He was 0 for 5. It was awful. 3.5 minutes to go. Thunder up by 8. SGA's going to drive, and it rolls off the rim. Spurs on the run. Blake Wesley flies into the paint. To Castle. Castle pull-up J is an air ball or pass to Collins. I think that was a shot. Spurs still have it. Wesley's going to fly in the paint, spins around multiple times, throws it off the rim and in, and the Spurs are down by 6. This perspective is a nightmare to call a game, K. I only have it on because ESPN 1 on my Roku keeps buffering, and I can't call a game if it's buffering. The above the rim is working fine, but it's dang near impossible to call this game because I don't know the Thunder players if I can't see the... I know some of them, but some of them I just know none of them by number. They're up 26-17. Sohan's going to drive in the paint. Stops, pops, misses, gets his own miss. Throws it up again. It in. Nice effort, Jeremy. 26-19. We do need shooting. We do. And Doja, I agree. Spurs off to a slow start, but if we can keep it 5 or less going into the second, I'd be fine with that. SGA's pull-up is no good. Keldon will bring it up for San Antonio, down by 7, 2 minutes to go. Kelvin with the ball, gets it over to Castle. Castle back to Kelvin. 12 on the shot clock for the Spurs. 2-minute warning. The Yankees, Dodgers still 5-all. Zach Collins gets triple teamed and turns the ball over. Hey, treating Zach Collins like Wemby. Quick three down the other end, no good. That's another offensive board for the Thunder. Lucan's Dort with the offensive board. Thunder will reset 8 on the shot clock. Drive and a miss by Case and Wallace. We have a foul, though. No, because we weren't. Yes, please be careful putting the score in the chat. Since I'm streaming this, I stream on 2 different things. NBA League Pass, which is a little behind, and then when I watch ESPN on Sling, it's quite a bit behind. So just please be careful putting the score in the chat. If Wemby was on the Thunder would be unstoppable. Well, I mean, Wemby does not have the talent that the Spurs do not have the talent that the Thunder have. Not yet. I'm hoping we get there. Speaking of which, Wemby's checked back in. Chet Holmgren's checked back in. Kelvin on Chet. That's a mismatch. And you know what? Maybe not. Shot clock violation for the Thunder. Minute 20 to go, 26-19. It is Shy's team. Don't know. Absolutely. Bases loaded, Yankees, 2 outs. I'm in a commercial right now. Ben Yoda, a lot of people said they wanted Zach Edey. A lot of people said that with the number 8 pick, they wish we took him instead of trading that pick away for a future 2031 pick swap. Wemby with the ball guarded by Alex Caruso. Now gets double teamed. Out to Castle for 3. No good. Has Castle made a 3 in the regular season yet? I don't know if he has. Malachi Branham's checking in for the Spurs, who's been playing very well, all things considered. And Kelvin going to call for a foul on Chet Holmgren. Right? Oh no, this is an offensive foul. Oh, never mind. That's going to end up being a turn for the Thunder. I thought that was on Kelvin. He actually got the call. The call wasn't against him. He got the call. Okay. Well, I didn't see what happened, so I can't say it was a good call or not because I didn't realize it was on Chet. Spurs ball. Blake for 3, no good. Or was that Brandon for 3? It's this above the rim. I got to switch this after the first quarter. It's above the rim is nonsense. 3 down the other ends, in and out. A fight for the board, and finally the Spurs will get it. Castle will bring it up for San Antonio. Shot clock is off. 26-19. Slow offensive start for our Spurs. Thunder fans, appreciate you being here as well. 5 to go. 3 to go. Kelvin for 3. Off the rim. Boy, his three-point shooting is... His three-point shooting is bad. You know what? That's a good point. Trey Jones does push the pace, something Chris Paul does not do. Trenchant, say what you will about CP3. He does not push the pace the way Trey Jones does. What I said, would you trade it for Jonathan Sims? I mean, one or the other. Probably a player. I would assume they would a player in the draft pick. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. By the way, Mikey's in the house. I don't see the Spurs making any trades. No, son of Scar. It feels like last year in some ways. The constant turnovers, the lack of shooting. If you're a Spurs fan, sure, that feels a little disappointing. Because you thought those days were over. Yeah, they're still very much here in some ways. I mean, if we're being honest, were we really expecting CP3 and Harrison Barnes to make a huge contribution to this team? No. Castle's a rookie. Can't expect a huge contribution from him. The Yankees apparently did nothing. It's still 5-5. So if they had the bases loaded, they didn't unload them. 4-leaf clover, good evening to you. Exactly. Well, they had Caruso on Wemby, but then he got immediately double-teamed. Apples and bananas, what's going on? Michael Thomas, good evening to you. Wemby's getting guarded by guys that he's 12 inches taller than. He can't get shots off. Either he's overrated or Pop sucks as a coach. Wemby looks like he regressed. He has no presence like last year, where people were scared of him last season, and now they've got Caruso guarding. But Venom, I did see Caruso guarding him, and I did not know what to say to that. I like to sit here and pick on Wemby, but that's a mismatch you have to have. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine if Shaq was being guarded by Alex Caruso and kept passing it out? He would get butchered by sports reporters. The OKC defense is solid. Why do you sound surprised, TSR? I've told you thousands of times we suck at shooting, we have no spacing, and you were high on CP7. I was not high on them. I've been saying for a while that they are probably going to get traded before the All-Star break. You can watch plenty of videos on this channel where I said I think they're going to mentor them well and help our young guys, but I think they're going to be traded before the All-Star break because I still think we're going to win 35 to 40 games. If we're below that, then the Spurs team's doing something wrong. And if I've already said, if we lose 60 games again, I said this in the last live stream, then something seriously wrong with this organization. And Brian Wright needs to go. Pop needs to think about stepping down. Maybe both. I don't know. But if we go 22-60 3 years in a row, that's I don't know. I'd be speechless. I wouldn't know what to do, to be honest with you. I'd be angry. We need my brother from another mother, Riley Minix, to start playing some minutes. What's it, BZ? I don't think we're tanking for flag. We were not tanking last year. We were just bad. And some Spurs fans will say, no, TSR, we were tanking. If we were tanking all year, why the heck did we win like 7 out of our last 11 games or whatever it was? That would make no sense whatsoever to have those wins at the end. That would be the dumbest tank ever, to tank for 72 games or whatever it was and then play the last 10 games of the year like it's the finals. Thunderball, and I'm back on ESPN 1, and knock on wood, it seems to be working okay. Shot clock expiring. Chet's going to fire up a bomb. No good. Shot clock violation. Again, that's the second shot clock violation in like the last 4 or 5 minutes of game time. So the Spurs are playing some solid defense as our offense blows. Yes, minutes for minutes. Let's get Riley in there. Malachi Branham with the ball. Oh, it's so much easier watching the game like this. I can't even begin to tell you. Branham's going to drive, stops, pops, a little short. Thunderball. About 11 to go. 14 on the shot clock for the Thunder. Pull up in the paint. That is no good by Aaron Wiggins. Thunder up 26-19. A poor offensive performance so far by our San Antonio Spurs. A very poor offensive performance. We got Kellman, Castle, Branham, Wemby, and Wemby just fell down. I don't know what happened, but the Spurs turned the ball over. So if you've heard this before, I'm sorry. Another turnover by the Spurs, and the Thunder get back in transition. The Spurs do not, and a huge dunk by Chet Holmgren. Pop's calling a timeout. They're down by 9. Waved Goblin, good evening. He does fall on the floor, Amizi. I didn't see what caused him to fall on the floor, but he does find himself sitting on the floor. What's a done deal, Anthony? You're not saying the game's over already. Is season over? What? Oh, I can't say that. I'll never say the season's over this quickly. Good evening, Zach. Thank you for stopping in. Let's trade all next year's picks for more draft picks in 2045. Nice, Bart. Right, Wemby. Wemby, this is Chet Holmgren, your arch nemesis, your Darth Vader. Have the higher ground and strike him down. Josiah, I really hope it's not going to be a long season. I did expect us to have a losing season. I've said on record 35 to 40 wins numerous times. But if this team wins less than 30 again, this Spurs family, our Spurs community, and a lot of you have been here since the start of the first season I started calling on YouTube, we've only known losing seasons. I don't want a 6th season in a row of terrible play. No problem, Andrew. This is an ESPN game. Caviar, this is an ESPN game. You got to come out and you're firing. Your arch nemesis for the next decade is across the court from you, and Chet Holmgren. If you're Wemby, you got a show tonight. You're on national TV against a team that you should be fighting for the Western Conference Championship, not this year, but for years to come. You're both young teams. The Spurs are literally following the Thunder's model of bringing in some aging vets and then trading away for future picks and trading away for future first rounders and just stockpiling picks. They're doing a lot of what the Thunder did to build their team up. Wemmy's got to come out firing tonight. Caesar, we're doing a lot of things wrong tonight. Chet is playing like an all-star. Wemby is not playing like an all-star. Michael Thomas, not yet. Bobby says we suck. Wemby is ill. Have you seen his face during the last interview? Yup, I didn't. But somebody in the chat did say he was ill earlier. I didn't see him on the injury report. That doesn't mean he's not, though. Daniel Jones is not 100. No, he's not, Zach. Giants are going to be lucky if they win 5 games this year. It's another horrible season. It sucks to be a Giants fan, as usual. Wemby looking like a French shot. Oh. Paulo, thank you for stopping. I'm sorry. It's a little late. Well, not late, but what's up, Raph? Purple, he is very old. Wemby's ill from sick of losing. Yeah. Yes, I'm tired of sucking. Tired of seasons and seasons of sucking. The Giants almost beat the Hawks, yes, but they are Wemby to the locker room? Oh, no. He is going to the locker room. They're saying that he tweaked something. I hope he's not out for the rest of the game. It'll be Zach Collins and Charles Bassey. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. Well, time for the rest of the guys to step up. Malachi Branham will drive into the paint. Throws up a layup. No good. Zach Collins with the offensive putback. And Chet Holmgren blocks it and says, "Get out of my house." This is... And a block by Zach Collins on Aaron Wiggins, who took it to the hole, was going to throw it down, and Zach Collins playing some defense. Zach is, I'm telling you, he's playing better than last year, which isn't saying a hell of a lot. Kelvin out to Branham for a quick three. Okay. Hey, well, no. Let's not be like that, Mr. Treschlich, because if you are going to have the opinion that no other fan should be in here besides Spurs fans, you are hurting the channel, and that's not cool. Thunder fans, you are very welcome to be here. Everybody's welcome here at TSR Sports. If you don't have a place where you can watch the Thunder game and you're just looking for play-by-play and a scoreboard, and you are welcome to be here. I'm wondering if Wemby should have rested. I looked away while I was talking to the chat, and we had a bucket by the Spurs, I think. Scoreboard's not being updated. Yes, we hit a bucket. 31-24. I mean, if Wemby doesn't play for the rest of the game, if Vassell doesn't play again, or Vassell doesn't play again, Vassell's not playing. Turnaround by Chet, good. Little jumper in the paint. But no Vassell, no Jones. Thunder have some injuries too, but we obviously need Wemby in if he's down. And we have a back-to-back tomorrow. Jazz tomorrow night. Castle's going to take off, drives to the free throw line, passes it out. 3-point attempt. Branham, no good. The Jazz, I forgot the kid, Taylor Hendricks. Did you guys see his leg break earlier in the week? That was ugly. Poor kid. Purple Orca, thank you for being here. The Thunder are such... come on, I'm a Spurs fan. I can admit when a team's better than ours. They're much better. Branham gets into the paint. Throws it up off the glass. Good. 35-26. Thunder ball, that pull-up J is no good. I don't like this camera angle ESPN's doing. Does the camera angle seem different on ESPN tonight? Instead of more on the side, it seems like it's more, I don't know, NBA Live 96. Bell 1889. I don't know if Wemby's coming back. He went to the locker room. Purple Order, yes, he actually hit it nail right on the head further along in the rebuild. We keep hearing comparisons, Chet versus Wemby, blah, 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 the Chemby stuff. Chet's going to fly in the paint, throws it off the glass. Beautiful shot. The Thunder have their main guy, their Batman, is SGA. You could say they have two Robins with Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren. Wemby's the Batman on the Spurs. CP3 for 3, no good. I don't know if Devin Vassell is the Robin. Stefan Castle, no idea. He's a rookie. So they're definitely ahead of us. Chet with a pull-up J, no good. Definitely ahead of us in the rebuild. I mean, SGA's in what, his 5th or 6th season? Right? Fifth or 6th season, and Wemby's just in his 2nd. We have a drive and a nice layup by A.J. Mitchell. Spurs are down by 13, and now the Thunder steal the inbound pass. Spurs sloppy with the ball. Chet's going to launch a straight-up 3. Wow. Does Chet have 15 already? Exactly, Purple. You nailed it on the head. Champ Penny looked great in the preseason, started the regular season good, and now he's disappearing again. Wemby back in? Yep. All right. We're down by 16? Yankees tied 5-5 with the Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th. Come on, Yankees, at least play well over there. More like Laverne and Shirley. Boo-hoo, what's going on? Appreciate y'all being here tonight. I was muting my mic so I could sniffle. It's a little chilly in TSR's house. Incoming 20-0 run. Wemby is in. Wemby has the ball. Has a little dune on him and gets it to CP3. Gonna get to Kellen for a 3, and Kellen's three-point shot just sucks. To get the ball back to Wemby, he turns the ball. Nope. Spurs get the ball back. 8 on the shot clock. Sohan's going to take an open 3. Oh, my God. Our offense is terrible. Our offense is terrible. It's like watching last year. How are we not getting better? Chip, we need you. Mitchell for 3. We're getting a little starch right now, my friends. We have 340 viewers and only 106 likes. Spurs fans, I don't know if they want to hit the thumbs up while we're down by 19, but I appreciate if you do. Thank you for all being here. Thunder fans, hey, you could hit the thumbs up too. Harrison Barnes pull up J. That stops the 10-0 run by the Thunder. I'm a little surprised at how this season has started. Chet's going to drive in the paint, and he's going to get fouled going to line for 2. Someone please tell Champagny that this game doesn't matter. He'll bail them out. He'll bail them out, or he'll ball out then. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. Dan, y'all about to play for the next 2 hours. Gee, we're getting destroyed. If you would like to tell us all the positives that you see in the game right now on the court, please drop them in the chat, because I'm having trouble finding some positives with the team right now. Turnover traveled by Chet Holmgren. Spurs ball, 45-28, 5.5 minutes to go. Runner on the corners for the Yankees. 5-5, bottom of the 6th for them, 1 out. Sohan with the ball. Going to get it to Wemby. Wemby immediately double teamed as the defender sagged off Sohan, and now a turnover. And this is my concern. And this would be the one concern I have with, well, it's a huge concern. I read an article last year. Jeremy Sohan's a good player. This is not to take away from Jeremy Sohan, but read an article questioning on whether he'll work with Wemby long term. Because defenders, we saw it last year, we're starting to see it this year. They're leaving Jeremy to double team. Well, Sohan now scores a bucket in the paint while I'm talking about it, but they're leaving Jeremy to double team Wemby or have defenders sag off on him. And that was tough to watch last year. That 3-pointer is no good for the Thunder. Spurs ball. You try to go fast break to Sohan, and Sohan with the leg. And of course, as I'm talking about Jeremy, maybe not working well with Wemby, he's now scored 2 buckets in a row because he's listening. He's listening to TSR Sports. That 3 is no good by Osman Jang, so the Thunder going a little cold and got Spurs back to... We got it back to 15. And a foul on the Thunder. Seems like the Spurs are allergic on getting another score. Getting Castle instead of Dillingham and Connect. I like the Castle pick. I'm surprised we didn't do something with the 8th pick. I mean, we did do something with the 8th pick. We traded it, but I would have preferred... When he's on the court, I would have preferred we drafted somebody at the 8th pick, but I think the theory is the Spurs were saving cap room because of all the picks we have next year. When he's got the ball right now, he's going to take a long 3. No good. Barnes with the rebound and putback. Also no good. It is Thunderball. Alex Caruso for 3. No good. Wemby with the rebound. Chris Paul bringing up for the Spurs. 16 on the shot clock. Gets it out to Wemby. Wemby's going to take another 3. No good. The putback by Kelvin. No good. No, I didn't want Dilly at 8. I just saw somebody mention Dillingham. No, I do not want Dilly at 8. That does not make sense. Missed 3 by the Thunder. Wow, both teams are shooting terrible right now. So he's going to drive. He misses. We have a whistle. And it looks like Jeremy's going to the line for 2. Crying inside because Wemby can't shoot. We look terrible. Garrett, it's all the 3s he's firing. I'm rooting hard for Wemby. He's a phenomenal talent. Yankees are up 6-5. But sometimes all the 3s he takes has me just scratching my head like, yo, what are you doing? Come on, Yankees. Come on, baby. 76, do I think Barnes will get a 3-pointer tonight? I mean, I hope so. Only 1? Jose, we're not taking advantage of some mismatches. Wemby's had Alex Caruso on him. Then again, he is getting double teamed, so what are you going to do? It is Thunderball. They're up by 13. They were up by as much as... Were they up by 20 at one point? Alex Caruso on the paint gets blocked by Wemby. Thunder get the ball back. They do have 6 on the shot clock. They're an open 3. Thunder have 10 threes. We get a block. And Dort hits a 3. You get the defensive stop. And now we turn the ball over again. Bad pass by Sohan. Fast break for the Thunder. And eventually a foul on Kelvin. Muhammad, no, it's World Series Game 5. It's Game 5. The Yankees are down 3-1. The Dodgers won the first 3 games. The Yankees won Game 4. They won 11-4 last night. Volpe with a grand slam. The Yankees are up 6-5 right now. That's how I feel, Ben. We're in a timeout, though. I've never hated a Spurs team before, but this team is going to be the one. Wow. Dort's got a great last name. Dort on golf. Tracy, Devin Vassell is not back until November 2nd, so no, he's not playing tomorrow. I don't see why people like Sohan. He makes way too many mistakes. He's been there long enough that being young is not an excuse. I want Jeremy to work out. I'm not sold yet that he's our starting 4 to the future, whether it's at the 4 or the 3. I'd like him to work out. Oh no, we suck again. 3 beers? I mean, starting the season, if they lose, and it's not looking good at the moment, if they drop to 1-3, that is... And we have a tough schedule to start too, so I mean, I don't want to overreact. What's up, Boudet? Wemby's 1 for 5. The Texan Spurs says, show the game. You ask, and I will do. Here is the game.
Sucker!
CP3 with 4 turnovers already? Jeez. Wemby is looking looking Bobo more than Katie. Ouch, Eric. Caps 210, good evening to you. Appreciate y'all being here. Hey, even though we're losing by 16, I'm still calling the game. I'm still going to be here for guys. I got to work early tomorrow, but I'm doing my thing. So if you appreciate me doing my thing and this wonderful Spurs community we have, make sure you hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel and you're looking for a Spurs community to hang out with for live games, live streams, folks to just chat with about the game, we'd love to have you join our Spurs community. You know where the subscribe thing is, right over there. Wemby with 0 turnovers. There you go. Positivity. Wemby from 3 has been horrendous. Kelman from 3 has been horrendous. I don't think Kelman's made one in the regular season. He's like 0 for think he's like over 10 now with tonight. SGA Jesus is a player I'd certainly like to have on the Spurs, but he is on the Thunder, so it is what it is. Well, I mean, purple. Chris Paul is much older these days. Wemby is still learning. That's true. If someone's leaving the Spurs, we lose. Not necessarily. I have faith in Wemby's mindset, but he has to work on consistency. That's fair. Whatever. I love Sohan. Our band has a toy drive last Christmas, and he drove to our house personally and gave us some autographs hats to raffle. That's 3 beers. That's awesome. Guys that do great off the work stuff, like off the court work like that, that is incredible. Tank and build around Cooper Flag. He seems like more of an alpha than Wemby. Really? I've only seen a little of Cooper, so I can't really comment in regards to that. Spurs ball, 50-34, down 16, not giving up yet. Wemby with the ball. They got Kaysen Wallace guarding Wemby. Keldon now with the ball, going to lose the ball, turnover. Wow, I'm tired of saying turnover Spurs. I really am. I'm sorry. See, Rob 180 with a $5 super chat says, why does Wemby play like a guard didn't train with Tim? This dude would be unstoppable if he played him correctly. A lot of the stuff he does, I mean, I get that he's got some things that guards can do in him, but he's so big, he should be dominating the paint. CP3 hit it 3, by the way. But yes, it's early in the season, but thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. I don't want to overreact, but seeing all these turnovers is a little concerning. There was a problem in the preseason, and then Wemby thought about a long 3, pulled it down. I'm glad he did not shoot that. Gets it to CP3 for 3. Chris Paul coming to life. Okay. 50-40. It's a 10-point game. CP3 with back-to-back threes. We have a timeout. All right. Hey, I don't care if it's Chris Paul scoring as long as somebody is. I know Cooper's really good, Maximus, and a lot of Spurs fans want us to tank for Cooper Flag. I don't see the Spurs tanking. If we keep playing poorly, we'll just get there naturally. Detroit's going to be there again. Washington's going to be on the bottom again. Draft all the Duke guys. Wemby's not going to turn to a Ben Simmons. The attitude caviar is totally different there. Ben Simmons gave up on his team. I know he had some injuries, but then he just held out. He gave up on his team, and he's been awful. Ben Simmons has been absolutely awful the last few years. Ben can't even shoot a free throw. He can't shoot a 3 to save his life. He also can't make free throws. He's an abysmal shooter, period. Now, what about Bezzy? Yes, completely hoping the Hawks win the first overall pick, because that would be the Spurs pick. Wait, Washington beat the Hawks? Ouch. So far, Holmgren has 15 points to Wemby's 4. Holmgren is 6 of 9 from the field. Wemby is 1 of 5. Chet Holmgren's 15 is the most in any half this season. Really? Okay. Michael, I said he's going to bulk up. He's not going to get... He should be... We should be taking tips from on bulking up and working out as David Robinson. Robinson was freaking jacked with the Spurs. He should be doing that routine as SGA launches it, and SGA doing SGA things. That's a 3. That's SGA's second 3 of the game. He has 8 points. SGA is only 2 of 10 from the field, though. Wemby's going to drive to the paint, spins around, and going to get fouled. Yes, Cooper Flag is next year's draft. Absolutely. Flexer, a lot of folks are not too happy with Brian Wright's drafting. Father of Christ, good evening to you. Nico, thank you for stopping in. Yes, just drive to the paint. Cash Blue, Wemby might be tired. Some people were saying that he was sick before the game. I can't confirm or deny that. I honestly don't know. It took Giannis 4 years to bulk up and become Giannis. I mean, if Wemby gets built like Giannis is, wow, he would be unstoppable in the paint. But the thing is with Wemby, we don't, with his extreme height, we don't want all that weight gain to be immediate. You don't want him to go from like 215 to like 265. You know, add 10 to 15 pounds a year. So yeah, it may take 4 years. It is Thunderball. They can't miss from 3 at all. 56-42. Lukens Dort with another 3. CP3 would have pulled up good. Right near the elbow. The Thunder are shooting extremely well. I know they have a pretty good shooting coach, don't they? SGA from the elbow, no good. Offensive board for the Thunder. There's about a 18-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Jalen Williams for 3. Jeez. Jalen Williams for 3, who can also shoot as well. 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and the Spurs are down by 15. Yes, workforce plan. Right? I know it's Chip. Chip is with the Thunder. Wemby with the ball. Turned it over. Spurs get the ball back. Kellen's going to chuck a 3 at the buzzer. No good. That was not our best half. Biscuit Buddy, good evening to you. A lot of folks are missing Chip right now. A lot. It is 6-5. Yankees up by 1 on the Dodgers, by the way. For anybody following, it is the top of the 7th. Not the best first half we've had. Not the worst. Now, the third quarter's not been kind to the Spurs. So hopefully, Tony. Tony's right there. Tony, get talking to Wemby. Sophomore slump? I hope not. I'm not calling it a night. It's way too early. I know we're down by 15. If we're down by 20 or more with 5 minutes to go in the game, then we'll call it a night, but I'm hoping we don't even get to that point. Really hoping we don't get to that point. But anyway, let's go into the halftime stats. And while I'm doing so, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, again, appreciate if you do so. That is the official sponsor of TSR Sports. Your thumbs up. So free. So there you go. All right, I always look at the opposing team first, so let's take a look at the Oklahoma City Thunder's box score. Let me actually pull up the box score. All right, for the Thunder, Holmgren was cooking tonight. 15 points on 6 of 9 shooting. He also has 3 block shots. Nice. Jalen Williams with 7. SGA with 8. He is struggling from the field quite a bit. SGA is only 2 of 11. He does have 5 assists and no turnovers, though, so he's got that going for him. Dort with 11. And Wallace with 5. Off the bench, Jang with 3. Caruso with 0, so we can stop him and we can contain him for the moment. Joe, I know Isaiah Joe was playing out there. He's got 3. Wiggins with 2. And Mitchell with 5. The Thunder are shooting 50%. 50 from three-point land. They're 13 of 26. They have 5 turnovers for the game. The Spurs right now have 12 turnovers in the first half. 12 in just the first half. And we're shooting 21% from 3. So there are 2 big differences in the game right there for you. The Thunder turning the ball significantly less than the Spurs and shooting significantly better as well. All right, for San Antonio, Julian Champagnie, 0. He's got the worst plus-minus on the Spurs right now, minus 14. And he has 0 points. He played well in the preseason. He played great in the preseason. In the first couple games, I was marveling at how aggressive he was with his shot and how different he looked than he was last year. And now he's disappeared. Was not great in their loss versus the Rockets Monday night, and he's done nothing tonight. I hope this is not a sign of things to come. He's got more turnovers than points. He has 2 turnovers and no points. All right, Jeremy Sohan is taking the most shots on the Spurs. Again, he's 4 of 10 from the field, which isn't great, but he's our leading scorer. He's got 10 points and 5 rebounds. Harrison Barnes, 6 points. Victor Wembanyama, a rough night, 1 of 5 from the field. He's got 6 points, 6 rebounds, and a block. And then Chris Paul with 8 points. So CP3 scoring more again than normal. He's got 3 assists, but he also has 3 turnovers. He's part of the problem with the turnovers. Speaking of turnovers, Kelman has 3 turnovers to go over his 4 points. Zach Collins with 3. Brandon with 5. Wesley with 2. And Stefan Castle, quiet again. No points. 0 for 2 from the field. There's your halftime stats. Spurs were outscored 26-19 in the first, 33-25 in the second. They're down 59-44. Not giving up on our guys yet, but they need to turn things around. They need to stop turning the ball over and start making some shots and taking good shots. Wemby and Chris Paul pick and roll. There's had to have been at least one time, but we haven't had an alley-oop tonight. Mike Smith, we are not winning yet. Not at all. Holzhurst team has this Thunder phobia issue. Michael Thomas, you're not the only one saying that. A lot of Spurs fans are saying that. Student of the Savior, bro, Victor can't go to the paint. They are collapsing, doubling on catch. Yes, they are. Student of the Savior. Sohan's defender sagging off. You're going to see Castle's defender doing the same thing. Neither one of them is a three-point threat, and there's been a small percentage of Spurs fans that have criticized in our community, which is fine. If you don't disagree with my opinion, by all means, that's great. That's what we're here for, right? To talk about our team and debate what's good for them and bad for them. But some people have said, TSR, sometimes you talk about the floor spacing too much. It's not all about the 3. It is not all about the 3. But when you have players that can't shoot at all from anywhere outside the paint, teams are going to collapse on your best player, and we're seeing it. We saw it last season. Wemby would get the ball. Next thing, there was already 2 defenders there, or his other defender would be within an arm's reach, ready to double at an instant, and just leaving Jeremy Sohan open 6 feet away, 8 feet away. They tossed the ball to Jeremy. Nobody would even blink. And just like, all right, shoot it. Clang. If you're going to unlock maximum potential with Wemby, you got to have some floor spacing so he's working one-on-one. And as he develops his game and grows into his body, because I assume he's going to get bigger, then he should be able to do more work in knocking defenders back and getting in the paint. But right now he's so tall and thin, he's got no leverage with his body. If Wemby has a bad game tonight, we're not going to see Selena at the end until December. The real Selena? Malachi Branham's 3-point shot has disappeared. Recognize life. It's hard to argue that based on record. Johan, wow, we shoot like poop, we play like poop. Michael says the double Wemby and Wemby puts the ball low, turnover. I mean, it's an easy way to get a turnover. Double the 7'4" guy. Thank you, Bart. Don't worry, we'll just have a great comeback. There you go. I like that, Veronica. Huge comeback. The Yankees will win over here. The Spurs will come back over here. 2 outs for the Dodgers. They have a man on first and second. They're down 6-5. When you already have a superstar, spacing is the most important thing. Dallas knew that. What more? Whoops. I can't hit chat. What more with the defending superstar like Wemby? I mean, we need spacing. We do. It's going to get better when Vassell comes back. I think teams, I mean, if Champagne's if he's going to start not shooting, then teams are not going to respect his shot at all. Vassell should help, which a starting lineup would be Wemby, Vassell, Paul, Barnes, and the one weak link shooting-wise is Jeremy Sohan. I don't disagree with your opinion. I disagree with your choice of nose hair length. Is that from a movie? No, James, but he needs to develop a post game with his height. He really does. He's got some moves, but his moves we've seen him do some things where he's gotten around guys and spun around guys. He'll be okay. Son of Scar, a lot of people said Wemby's ill tonight, which might be why he's not himself, at least in this game. Lou, I'm rooting for Sohan to be a big part of this team over the next decade, so I hope as he carves out whatever role he's supposed to have, it works out. Looks to me that Wemby is focused on Chet than in the overall game. However, the rest of OKC is working better than the rest of the Spurs. I mean, I don't know about the first half, but I definitely agree with the second half of that statement. Is it me or does Victor always underperform during big matchups? I thought he had some big games against Holmgren last year. Yeah, Kenny, Wemmy's having a night. I've been having some issues streaming tonight too. I wonder if it's an NBA thing. This might be a make or break it year for the Spurs. He might walk. So, in regards to what you're saying there, Caviar, the Spurs fans are saying tank, 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 tank. Watching Wemby last year, that body language that we were getting from him when we were losing a ton was not good. And if this team is a hot mess again this year, I don't know. I'm watching on ESPN. I got on ESPN. Start Malachi Branham. Joshua, it's been a slow start. I don't want to say disappointing. It's been a slow start. Starting Malachi, that's not going to happen. He plays no defense at all. Who would you bench for him? I mean, Champagne's fallen off a cliff lately, but at least he plays defense. The thing with a player like Malachi Branham, I've said this before on the channel, is when you have a player that can only do things on one end of the court, if they're not doing it on that end of the court, now they're a liability on both ends because Malachi Branham is a liability on defense. He is a terrible defender. If he's not scoring over on the offensive end, then he's hurting us on both ends of the floor. I'm not catching the press conference we had. I don't have time. Between work and this and other things, I don't have time. I wish I could watch more Spurs content. I wish I could do this full time, but I can't. I obviously can't. I only have 25. I want to say only. We have 24,000 plus subscribers. I'm very proud of that number. But to do this full time, we would need two numbers in front of that number. As in, no, we need three numbers. No, two numbers. So I would contemplate doing this full time if we were at 1 million. We are not close to that number, so hence, therefore, ergo, we'll not be doing this full time. Spurs playing up Sohan to increase his trade value. Yeah, I've heard a lot that Wemmy's not feeling the best, which tends to make me think he will not play tomorrow night against the Jazz. KD, Trae Young, Victor C. Whoa, wait a minute. Kevin Durant, Trae Young, Wemby, Chris Paul, Stephon Castle? I don't see that happening. Wemby should have sat in order to play tomorrow. Easier game to win, but it's an ESPN. Yeah. It's also a game going against the World Series. The World Series is on right now. The Yankees are up 6-5. Yeah, Mo, I don't know what we're doing out there. Pray for Cooper. Jamal Smith, yeah, this is... I was hoping Wemby would step up big against Chet tonight, and it's been the other way around. Mamu offensively has looked good, but no, he's not a good defender. He's not. I like Mamu, but he's not going to bring any defense in. I'm waiting for year 4. That was my prediction for mid-playoff seed contention. I'll just watch the growth till then. Saul 77, I'm hoping that we're a playoff team next year. Every time the Spurs have ESPN broadcasting, everyone want to shoot like Branham. He's garbage. Tushing and thank you for stopping in. Now, Yusuf, I can't argue that it's... Oh, I still have quarter 2 up. I should have put the half up. I'll just change it to quarter 3. I'm sorry. I got distracted with something. It should say Q3. My bad. I do think Victor takes too many threes. Well, here comes a Thunder fan. Let's do this. RQ3 says, Thunder are that good. Don't get that twisted, Rich. Well, no, we're that bad, too. Come on now. I certainly can acknowledge you were the top team record-wise in the Western Conference. You also need to acknowledge we were one of the worst teams in the Western Conference. Zach and CP and Chris Paul, the guys that hit the threes, were already doomed. I mean, that's kind of fair. Well, thank you, David. Same to you. All the Wemby hype is... You know what? Maybe the Wemby hype dying is a good thing. Because they can just focus on playing basketball, not on the media hoopla. So that might not be the worst thing. You know, everyone's talking about Cooper Flag. I kind of want Ace Bailey out of Rutgers. He's more natural scorer that would fit very well with me. I've heard Ace Bailey's name come up, Maximus. I've heard his name come up. I mean, the Spurs will take whoever the best player is available at the position they draft, or positions. Because we're going to have at least 2 draft picks. We may have up to 4, depending on where the picks lie for Charlotte and Chicago, because both those picks are protected. We had no offense last year, and it seems like we have no offense this year. Literally losing by 10 points or less these past 2 games. Well, we're up by... it's more than 10 on this one. Yeah, I don't remember how Wemby started, but I think he did start slower. Wemby needs to train with Timmy and David. Who's the best big man in this upcoming draft? Marmalade? I have no idea. I really don't know. Arias Bailey? Is that his full name? Our offense is bad, Kokoshibo. It's been rough. This is not the offense we're looking for. Not the offense we're looking for. Headband Grogu getting in the camera. Oh, game started. Game has not started. That was a replay. You got me. It's about to start. Okay, I thought you were going to tell us something ESPN anymore. William Juby, what's going on? We're 4 games in, and now we're talking about getting a topic. I know. I did a video talking about possible trades today, and we're 4 games in. But you know what? That's what it is. Steven, thank you for the super chat. He says, go Spurs, go. Thank you for the $2. Appreciate you. And a go Spurs, go to you. It's third quarter. Oh my gosh, it was 61-44 in the second quarter. This would be crazy. Jeremy Sohan in the paint. Misses the layup. Chet Holmgren with the rebound. It is Thunder ball. Chet Holmgren's going to drive. And we'll pick up the dribble and pass it out. And the Thunder will reset SGA out in three-point land. 10 on the shot clock. Guarded by Chris Paul. Gets by him. Throws it up. And that's a layup. 19-point lead. Mr. Goodman, go Spurs, go to you. On the other end, Harrison Barnes has the ball not out of his hands, and it's going to go out of bounds and stay with the Spurs. Remember when we weren't down by 20? We're not down by 20. Down by 19. Positive thoughts. Flexer, we have some guys like that. Somebody just shot an air ball for the Spurs. I did not see who shot that. Dort to SGA, 14 on the shot clock. It's a miss by SGA. Chris Paul will get it up to Champagny. Champagny back to Wemby. Wemby one-on-one with Chet. And he'll pass it back to Barnes. Around the world to Champagny for a corner 3. There you go, Julian. Dub TV, that was Greg Popovich's idea. Dort's open for 3. Man, they can't miss from 3. Jeez. Hard up. I don't think they've given up, but Wemby's going to drive in the paint. And it took a shot and falls down. My clock is a little high, so or a little off. Wemby is getting banged up out there, Mike. Dort with the foul. Oh, Wemby got hit in the face. Oh, Flexer, they totally collapse on him. Complete collapse when Wemby has him. Oh. Who else on the Spurs are you really worried about scoring? Yankees still up 6-5. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. Torres up. He's 0 for 4 for the game. I don't think... Mama's only coming up with garbage time. SGA is 3 on 13. We're about 20 behind. Wow. Chris Paul just shot a technical. I don't know what happened. There you go. Mom said with the leads increasing, you might say with 2 free throws. They call a flagrant on that. Well, our second option's not playing Kokushibo. Devasel is out until November 2nd. Oh, there's a foul before. Well, now they have it at 48. So I guess he took 2 free throws and he only supposed to take 1. I don't know. It's 48-66 on ESPN. I don't know what just happened. That was weird. Yeah, putting Minix in is right. Chris Paul from the elbow. All right, 16-point game. Thunder are 3-0, looking to stand defeated, go to 4-0. Jalen Williams pull-up jumper, no good. Spurs ball. Jose, improving right now or in general? Oh, Harrison Barnes gets to the paint, and all of a sudden, Barnes with a dunk.
Thunder, dunk of justice.
I don't know, Barnes had it in him to get to the hole and still throw it down. All right, old man, I see you from here. We're going to foul on the Sohan. Fouls SGA. Chet does look quicker than him tonight. As of right now, the Spurs have the 7th, 8th, 17th, and 23rd picks. Wow. I don't want anybody to pop off anybody's Bukats, Jesus. Right? If you can't shoot a 3, then dunk the ball. I mean, if you have the ups to do it. All right. Thunderball up by 14. Chet with the ball, guarded by CP3. And a foul on CP3. And Chet's going to shoot 2. 4 first-round picks. Can we even draft 2 players? Coca should be like 2 good players? I'm not going to lie. I'm a little tired. So I'm sorry if my energy level's down a little bit. I'm normally going to bed soon. I'm not going to bed soon. That's okay. I got the Yankees on, and I got the Spurs on with you guys. Keldon Johnson, Zach Collins, Julian Champagny, Malachi Branham need to go. You're not alone in thinking that, Pattern Cafe. You missed the first free throw? I wasn't looking. Score didn't move. Second free throw for Chet is good. Made the second one. Oh, we made them both. Never mind. Made them both. 9:07 to go. Spurs down double digits. I'd like to see them cut this to single digits before the half. Before the third quarter's over. Wemby passes it right to Chet Holmgren. Dort cannot miss from 3. He is on fire tonight. Doesn't he usually play us well? I feel like Lou against Dort usually plays us well. I'm always saying Dort for 3. He's got 17 on 5 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. Ball's going to get knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Spurs. Dan Hurley is the UConn coach. Now, I would not be opposed to him replacing Pop, and my girlfriend, Miss TSR Sports, would love that. She's a huge UConn fan, and if Hurley came to the Spurs, she would go nuts, but he is under contract, is he not? I'm glad Wemby's back, too. Apparently, so far, it's not making much of a difference. We are in a timeout, and we are in the 8th inning of the Dodgers and Yankees. The media is going to drag Wemby with Pop as the blame since put up with. Wow. Why does Pop keep calling timeouts? Because he can. Use them or lose them, right? Oh, we showed tonight. Well, Spurs are down by 19. Anyway. Timeout. Yes, Mick Grogu in the... Headband, Grogu. Come on, man. Look at that headband. Yeah. Look at that headband. That headband. Look how cute he is. That angle right there. Isn't he the cutest thing? He's supposed to be waving, not rubbing Selena. There we go. Follower it is, a little bit. Wow, James. Pop thinks it's 2003. I'm seeing more and more people. It's early in the season, and definitely saw it last season that it's time to move on to Pop, and I feel like the move on from Pop stuff is showing up a little bit more than normal. Who's Grogu's favorite Spurs player? Well, he's young, so he's only got to watch the last few years. So his biggest his favorite player. I don't know. Who's your favorite player? Who would his favorite player be? Who would make sense? I mean, he's not a Spur, but he likes Luke Kennard because he can say use the Force, Luke. I don't know. I'm the biggest Wemby fan, and I say he's been, but since the Olympics, lifting too much, gaining too much weight, huh? Seems like a Calvin Van toxic. Well, hopefully the Spurs can wake up here. Lance, I did hear he's ill before the game. I don't know if he's runner. I just read runner in the chat. I don't know if he's injured, but I do believe he's sick. Yeah, Dodgers have a man on first and second. No outs. Down 6-5. I'm going to go Trey Jones over CP3. I mean, Trey does push the pace. CP3's pushing the pace days are way over. It was, Michael. Yeah, it was. Oh, happy return. You're welcome, Lance. Seth says it feels good to be at OK's fan right now. I mean, your team's doing well. Marty, exactly. Spurs just hit a 3. I did not see who hit that. I'm sorry. 71-55. Let's get some stops and cut the lead. Oh, it's Chris Paul for 3. CP3 with CP14. And now a steal by Paul. Spurs have a fast break. You got to Sohan. Sohan brings it in, gets the layup. I thought they were going to allow it to Wemby, but we scored. 71-57. Wemby sucks, can't shoot, the whole team sucks. Ouch, David. How do you really feel? Dort's going to drive, gets into the paint. Back to Chet. Chet out in three-point lane, guarded by Barnes. 3 on the shot clock. SJ's going to force a shot. That's an arrow. That's another shot clock violation for the Thunder. That's like their third one tonight. So Spurs have been playing good defense at times. I'm surprised Wemby was not the option on the break. That was really, I don't know. (71-57), 7:20 something left in the game. I'm sorry, in the third quarter. A steal by Cason Wallace, and SJ's going to have a fast break layup, 73-57. We should be physical with Chet. The Thunder have 18 points off turnovers. The Spurs have 7. Jeremy Sohan in the paint. He'll get a layup. Maria, what? By the way, for those of you in the chat, I'm streaming this on Sling, so my stream is a little behind yours. So if you're yelling at me for missing something, it hasn't happened yet where I am. I'm not there yet. You gotta wait till I get there. So I'm sorry. I wish I was watching this real time, but I'm a little delayed. Wemby's going to pass it out of bounds, but it was off a Thunder player. Still Spurs ball. That's why I got the game clock there. That tells you where I am. If yours says 6 minutes and mine says 6.5, and you're saying, hey, stupid, you missed something. Hello? Bueller? Do the math. Just saying. I'm a little tired and cranky. The Spurs are down by 16. Come on, Wemby. Wemby's got the ball now. Passes it over to Kellen. Kellen's going to take a three. His three-point shooting is awful. Did that weight loss kill his three-point shot? And speaking of awful, we just had an air ball from the Thunder. I didn't see who shot that air ball three, but it's Spurs ball. But Kellen's three-point shooting has disappeared. Harrison Barnes, corner three, good. 13-point game. Yeah, I didn't see what that baseball score is. I need to keep an eye on that. Bases loaded? Oh, my God. I don't know. I just did a video about our defense getting better, and they're apparently watched it and proven me wrong. Offensive foul on Chet on Wemby. Turnover. No, Jacob. So the only games I'm streaming with Sling are the games on ESPN and the games on TNT. I don't have cable anymore. I haven't had cable in 5 years. I wouldn't watch it even if I did have it, except for sports. So I have the NBA League Pass, which shows most of the Spurs games. NBA TV is with the League Pass as well. The Spurs have a lot of games on the NBA Pass. But the games that are occasionally televised on TNT and ESPN, unfortunately I have to stream it on my Roku through Sling, and Sling is always behind. A friend of mine had Hulu and was streaming in the Giants games when I used to call Giants games, and he sometimes would be like a minute behind. Harrison Barnes off the glass, good. Spurs have cut the lead to 11. Baseball game is in a timeout right now, a commercial break. But I hear the bases are loaded for the Dodgers. SJ out in three-point land. Barnes with 13 for the Spurs. Thunder have 8 on the shot clock. They've had a lot of trouble with shot clock violations tonight. I think they have 3 or 4. SJ gets by Wemby and misses the layup. Keldon with the rebound. CP3 will bring it up for the Spurs. Blake Wesley almost turns it over, passed it right to himself after it bounced off the Thunder player. Let's think about this, Spurs fans. Wemby is having an awful game offensively, and we're only down by 11. He has done very little. And Wallace is going to have the ball knocked out of his hands. Going to go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Thunder. So bases are loaded for the Dodgers, and Lux is at bat, the number 9 hitter. Weaver's pitching for the Yankees. Gavin Lux, 1 for 4, a home run, an RBI, 3 Ks, and a walk tonight. And the Dodgers with a chance to blow this game wide open if they get a big hit. All right, will do. I got the Dodgers-Yankees game on over here, too. And SJ stepped out of bounds in the Spurs ball. I'm going to show you guys real quick what I'm doing. So I got my main TV right there. I'm watching the Spurs, but down there I got the Yankees game. That's all right. I'm doubling up on 2 TVs. I just messed up my camera a little bit. A little crooked. Another foul on the Thunder. If it's a grand slam, the Yankees are in trouble. So this is where I might be ahead of you. I'm watching the baseball game on over-the-air HD. I don't have cable, so I'm watching Fox, just regular over-the-air. It looks beautiful, high def. Keldon in the paint. Tosses it out for 3. The Spurs have cut it to 8. Harrison Barnes with 10 points this quarter and 16 overall. He's the one to hit the 3, and Barnes has been keeping us in the game. Go Harrison. We're down by, 19 or 21 point? SGA 1-on-1 with Sohan. Step back 3. Off the rim, no good. Blake Wesley flies in for the rebound, and it is Spurs ball under 4 minutes to go. Wesley out to Zach Collins. Collins almost turned it over and did. Fast break. Easy dunk for SGA on the Spurs turnover. Not what we needed. Full count, by the way, to Lux. Weaver's pitch. It's hit. Center field. Judge. They're going to tag and they're going to tie the game. Dodgers just tied it. We are a timeout in the basketball game, and the World Series is tied up 6-6. If you aren't aware, if the Dodgers win tonight, the World Series is over. They are up 3-1. And I am a Yankees fan, so I am watching that as well. Just saying. Thunder look exhausted? You think so? Effing Collins. Yeah, Zach Collins got me feeling like this. Guys, Collins is under contract for the rest of this year and next year. He's set to make like $17.5 million next year, and I believe there would be a pretty big dead cap hit. I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think Zach is the worst player in the league. Let's not get crazy. Ben's a Padres fan, despises the Dodgers. Look, concerning the game Wemby's having, how many points does Wemby have? Thank you all for hanging out tonight, by the way. I appreciate it. I want to keep you guys posted on the World Series. I'm a Yankees fan, so catcher in her fist, son of a... The bases are loaded again! That was a sketchy call. Did Ohtani's bat even hit his glove? It looks like it actually swung through it, like the glove was like this and his bat missed. I don't actually... The Yankees are challenging it. I was going to say, I couldn't tell if his... Look, I'm a Spurs fan, I'm a Yankees fan, but I try to call things down the line as much as possible. I didn't see his bat hit the glove. They're showing it a million times. It did hit it. It did. It did. I saw the glove move. His bat nipped the glove. All right. I said I call it like I see it. That angle, it just barely hit the glove, but it did. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys, just because it's I'm not going to lie to be beneficial to my team. I was looking up Wemby's game tonight. Let's take a look. Take a look. It's in a book. Victor Wembanyama. Wemby did not take a shot in the third quarter. He still only has 6 points. Man, Wemby is not Wembying. So consider this. Wemby is not doing anywhere near what we normally would have him do offensively, and we're only down by 10. If Wemby is Wembying out, then this might be a much closer game. It would be a much closer game. That being said, we're getting close to 200. There's plenty of you here to hit to get it. Oh, no. There's going to be another fly out to Aaron Judge, but it's going to bring another run in. Dodgers are going to go up 1. Dang it. Spurs ball. But if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so. It does help the channel. That's the only thing I'll ask for here. I'm not going to ask you to buy something that I don't use or any other nonsense. Just asking for a thumbs up. So if you do so, I would appreciate it. There we go. Back to the game. Thunder ball. After a Spurs miss. This ESPN camera angle seems wonky. I don't know. Did the ESPN camera angle seem a little different tonight, or is it just me? Aaron Wiggins pull up Jay in the paint. Off the front rim, no good. Offensive rebound for the Thunder. Cannot give this team second chance opportunities. Alex Caruso out in three-point land guarded by Sohan. 3 on the shot clock. He's going to have to shoot. He drives. The runner. Off the glass. No good. Zach Collins with the rebound. Stephon Castle ringing up for the Spurs. I'd like to see Castle get going a little bit. Anything. Take it to the hole. Dunk on somebody. Kellen's going to launch another 3. Finally makes one. 7-point game. 77-70. And Dodgers up 7-6 on the top of the 8th. They still have men on the corners with 2 outs and 2-0 count right now to Freddie Freeman, who's been killing the Yankees this series. Wow, Mitchell drives and gets a very difficult layup. 79-70. Blake Wesley will bring it up for the Spurs. About 2 minutes to go. Wesley drives baseline and turns it over. Can we stop turning the ball over? Isaiah Joe for 3. Back to double digits. Blake Wesley with the ball for the Spurs. He's just going to pull up from mid-range. No good. Well, that's the key to us winning is Blake Wesley just launching mid-range jumpers. Thunder ball and the crowd getting a little loud out in OKC. Air ball 3. Who was that? It's Isaiah Joe again. After hitting a 3, throws up a total air ball. Sohan thinks about a 3, pulls it down, drives into the paint. Bit of a Euro step, throws it up off the glass. No good. And now a whistle. And I think that's going to be on the Thunder. ISO Sohan gets out by Denver's Michael. 4 threes from many before said it's done. Watch. Student of the Savior. I don't know. Spurs play again tomorrow night. We'll be live for that game. They play the Jazz. I believe the game is at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you're looking for a Spurs community to hang out for that game or any of the games this year, I'm going to try to call every Spurs game. It ain't going to be easy, but we're going to try to do it. All 82 this year. Mitchell misses in the paint in his Spurs ball. Let's try to at least get this lead to like 6 or no more than 8 going into the fourth quarter. Keldon puts his head down, drives in the paint, and throws up like in triple coverage, throws up a contested shot and loses the ball. Keldon, you got to look to pass sometimes. If you have 3 guys collapsing on you, then somebody's probably open somewhere. Tunnel vision. Caruso is going to launch a 3. No good. Sandro Mamukelashvili sighting. Mamu's in the game, guys. Pop is giving him a chance to play. Malachi Brandon will get it to Mamu. And we turn it over again. How many times am I going to say Spurs turnover? Well, apparently over 15, right? We have at least 15 already. AJ Mitchell with the ball, drives in the paint. We'll pass it out for 3. Wiggins with an air ball. We have 17 turnovers. 17? For you know what's sake. I can't believe we're only down by 12. We could be down by like 30. We got a bunch of knuckleheads on this team, Keldon and Collins especially. I like Keldon, but just putting your head down and driving into the paint and then running into a wall of 3 players and turning the ball over is not going to help the team succeed. 17's a lot in 3. 17's a lot for 4 quarters. It's definitely a lot for 3 quarters. This is honestly embarrassing. The coaching staff is the worst. I'll tell you what. A lot of fans, defended Pop the last few years, but I have a feeling if this team comes out really bad, like 2-10 or something along those lines, I think you're going to see less defense and more it's time to move on. I don't like saying that, but I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, it's tough because it's also a very young team. But then you look at some of the rotations the last few years that have you scratching your head where you're like, we're doing what? We're playing who? I don't know. ISO Keldon and ISO Sohan is pure garbage. Should have kept Boston Jr. and Malachi Flynn. They might go with Austin. Wemby Youssef does need... Wemby Youssef. Yes, Youssef. Wemby does need to work with Tim and David. I would agree 100%. Well, yes, Michael, there's always an excuse. And at some point, we have to stop making excuses. Yes, William Jeudy. Some folks don't like to say it. The game passed by Bill Belichick. And one might argue Belichick's greatness was tied to Tom Brady. He never won without Tom Brady. Pop hasn't won anything without Tim Duncan. Pop and Timmy had a very unique, special relationship. And they also had great players at the start with David Robinson. Sure, the back end of his career, but David was there at the start. And then Mono and Timmy come in for the majority of Pop's coaching career. And then Kawhi near at the end of Timmy's run. And we don't have that type of player. And sure, any coach would probably have a hard time winning with this team the way it's currently built. Or would they? I don't know. But we just can't keep losing 60 every year. And we can't have 3 more years of this. Obviously, Wemby would be gone. No, Pop would have to resign. We know we can't fire Pop. He would have to resign. Clipped going on Bleacher Report? What? Some people have said Chris Paul coaching us. I don't know. Let's start a GoFundMe for Chip Engling to be back. OG Spurs fan, we do know. We know where Chip is right now. By the way, it's the bottom of the 8th, 1 out for the Yankees. Aaron Judge is at the plate. Aaron, we need a home run out of you like right now. Come on, big man. You were one of the best hitters in baseball all season. You have disappeared in the playoffs. You need to wake up. We're still in a timeout for the Spurs Thunder game. Come on, man. Ball. Count as 2-0 to Judge. The Thunder are better than us. There's no not. Come on. We know. But Pop has been coaching since 1996. The game has changed significantly since Pop started coaching. No, didn't we get... We were kind of getting blown up by the Mavs, but didn't we kind of make it close looking in garbage time? I don't know. 82-70. Spurs down by 12, which, all things considered, isn't horrible. I mean, Wemby hasn't taken a shot in the second half. Castle pull-up jumper right around the elbow, no good. Stefan's shot's not going in so far early in the regular season. 2-2 to Judge, by the way. They just said Wemby's only basket was within the first 2 minutes of the game. And no, he has not taken a shot in the second half, which I said, and they just clarified it on ESPN. That is, I don't know. Branham in the paint, drives, layup. All right, Malachi. Everyone on our team drives to the paint like 2021. Lakers Westbrook. Edward, no politics, please. Don't bring up his name or the other candidate. I'd rather just, let's keep it sports related. I know Pop is political, but we don't need to bring it in here too, please. Thunderball up by 10. Jalen Williams, pull up Jay. That's an air ball. They're calling another shot clock violation. That's like the Thunder's 5th shot clock violation. Oh, stand corrected. Wemby's one field goal was at the 9:50 mark in the first quarter. I don't want to say he's overrated, Mud, but I'm a Spurs fan, so I'm going to back my guy. But he is. It's early. Let's have that conversation after he's got about 10 more games under him. Larrabee, you don't think OKC has that much better talent? Malachi Branham just banked in a 3. He's laughing about it. We're only down by 7. Ugh. Branham with 10 points for us, playing very well off the bench. And Holmgren just falls down, gets the ball out to Jalen Williams. Williams is going to pull up for a J. It's going to be no good. And Wemby with the rebound. Spurs can cut the lead even more with under 10 minutes to go. Yankees got a man on second with 1 out. That must be Judge, I'm guessing. I didn't see how he got there. Branham, pull up J. Air ball. Oh, Malachi Branham, 1 minute doing something good. Next minute, throw up an air ball. A.J. Mitchell gets into the paint, throws up a layup, 84-75, 9.5 minutes to go. Castle over to Mamu. Mamu for 3. Nope. Yeah, Travis, I would agree. And Veronica, yeah, you better start hitting with the chanclas. Thunder are undefeated. Thunder were the best team in the Western Conference last year. Holmgren, a nice pass kind of around his waist to Aaron Wiggins. Wiggins with a little jumper and is back to double digits, 86-75. And Pop's going to call a timeout because Pop be calling timeouts. Put me in. You know what? Let's get Baby Coyote in the game. I mean, who's going to stop this guy? You don't want to foul him because he's so cute. So you're just going to be like, well, look at that little guy. You're going to let him go to the hoop and score. If he can, throw a basketball that high because he's bigger than him. It's going to be kind of tough. Spurs just turned the ball over. Luckily missed down the other end, and it's Spurs ball down by 11. Can Wemby get anything going here in the fourth quarter? Wemby drives, turns the ball over. And now a steal by Barnes, and Barnes is going to have a fast break dunk. Nobody there. Harrison Barnes with a little baby dunk, but we're going to play it.
Thunder, thunder, thunder.
Yankees went man on first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Thunder ball right now, about 8:15 to go in the 4th quarter. Well, we have a whistle. A.J. Mitchell drives and was fouled. Baby dunk of justice. There you go. Look, in regards to Chet versus Wemby, Wemby was better his first year. So far, a whole, 4 games into the season, Chet is better than Wemby. Let's not forget, last season, for the first half of season, a lot of people were saying Chet Holmgren probably going to win Rookie of the Year. A.J. Mitchell's at the line for 2. It did not end that way. We got to give the season a little time to progress. But Wemby is off to what seems to be a slower start than last season. Is that fair? Wemby, you're fired! No, he's not. No, Wemby does not need points. Come on now. Oh, the free throw just got stuck on the rim and then, boop, rolled off. Giancarlo Stanton just popped up. Reach and foul on the Thunder. Wemby gets fouled, 87-77. 7:55 to go. Yes, Steven, Wemby did win Rookie of the Year unanimously. All 99 votes. That is a fact. No, Mar, we don't run plays. We just kind of run around the ball and make ish up while we're out there. 2 outs for the Yankees. They have 4 outs left of their year. Castle, oh my God. Castle for 3. That was way off. Castle's 0 for 5 tonight. Oh boy, he's kind of hit the wall shooting-wise, hasn't he? Thunder almost turned the ball over, get the ball back. The Spurs are just scrambling on defense, and Holmgren's going to have an easy dunk because the Spurs were all over the place in that one. 89-77. Harrison Barnes been a bright spot in this game. Pull-up Jay. Off the rim, no good. As soon as I give him a little compliment, he misses the shot. A little over 7 minutes to go. 89-77. A.J. Mitchell with a bucket and possibly call another timeout. I'm really starting to feel like Wemby is going to be a bust. Hashtag tank for flag. Wow. Altitude in OKC? What? I've never heard about anything with that. Will we be kept under 90? I don't think so. Our offense looks discombobulated. There's been times this season we've looked like we've looked last year, which is not a great thing. I'm starting to think Wemby won Rookie there because of a sell. He's only one that can direct the attention Wemby was getting. You know what? Strike 3. That's the end of the inning, and we're going to go to the 9th. Dodgers coming up. Yankees down 7-6. The Yankees will be down to the last 3 outs. Wow. I don't think there's any altitude in Oklahoma City I'm aware of. Is Holden 2 years older than Wemby? I did not realize that. And no, Merckstein, we're not a good team yet. And yeah, the Yankees are in a ton of trouble. The Yankees were up by 5. They were up 5-0, now down 7-6. All right, Caps 210. So I'm watching the baseball game on over-the-air HD. So when people say I fake my reactions for stuff that's like when I'm watching the World Series on Fox, I can't because I can't rewind it. Somebody accused me of it. I've never faked a reaction. I never will. For those of you that watch the regular videos I put up, I've made mistakes in videos that were real reactions, and I left it in because I didn't want to start it over and be fake. Anyway, over-the-air HD for NBC, Fox, and CBS. So when I do reactions to Giants games, the little YouTube shorts or the Yankees, I'm watching that on TV. So I literally sometimes I'm watching the games and recording a short and then deleting it and then recording it and deleting it. When the Yankees gave up that grand slam, I literally recorded a couple pitches and then obviously saved the grand slam they lost to. That's all in HD, or over-the-air HD. The Spurs are not my local team in Connecticut. So I watch an NBA League Pass, and I have to watch ESPN and TNT on a streaming service. I use Sling for those. Streaming services are notoriously behind with live sports. Your order of speed is antenna, and then cable, and then streaming through an app. And unfortunately, I have to do this one. I don't have another option at this moment. So that's why I'm in very different places. If you're watching the baseball game on a streaming service, I'm probably way ahead of you. And if you're watching the basketball game on cable, I'm sure I'm behind. We need a lot. Thank you, William. Listen, I don't ever want to fake a reaction. And I know people are always going to accuse me of it because that's just the nature of the game. But you've probably seen enough videos where I said, hey, I'm doing a reaction, and then I literally mess up and I leave it in. I have to leave it in. I'm like, well, I can't redo it. This is a one-time reaction. It's a one and done. It is what it is. Now, am I more amped up when doing the live streams? Of course. If I'm watching the game by myself, I might yell and scream a little bit. But when when there's a crowd watching, it pumps you up. Brandon, I'm going to pull up Jay. Like when I went nuts when Wemby, we won the first overall pick. I don't know where that came from, but knowing people are watching, it pumps you up because you're trying to entertain, but you don't want to be fake. Williams would pull up in the paint. Good. Jamal, that's going to be a question a lot of Spurs fans will start asking let's say if we have another losing streak. Like we get to like a 5-game losing streak, a 10-game losing streak, especially a 10-game losing streak, you're going to see a lot of fans question Pop's coaching ability at this point in his career. Kelvin's going to drive in the paint, throws it up, it's in. Off the glass, 93-81. R-Dub, I'd like to see him do more work in the paint than shoot threes. Trade for Trae Young. The Hawks are not trading him. Jalen Williams drives to the paint, misses a shot. I think we have a foul. No basket. Holder wanted the continuation. Not going to get it. I don't think we needed Rob Dillingham. No. Was there live with you for the Spurs #1 pick, and that was the best reaction on YouTube? Thank you, William. That's funny. People are commenting, that's the reaction of somebody that knows their channel is going to grow over the next few years or stuff like that. I was just so happy that we won that pick. And to have the Spurs be the third worst overall team and get the first overall pick twice in my lifetime, it was incredible. Popular just had Sohan at the 5. Did he? Yeah, actually he does. We're going small right now, guys. Champagny, Sohan, Paul, Johnson, and Branham. I didn't realize that was our lineup. Keeping this lead in double digits, though, or letting the Thunder keep the lead in double digits is not going to get us, obviously not going to get us a win. Turnover Spurs. Wave Goblin. Brian Wright's drafting has not exactly been great. Today, Detroit, Washington, Charlotte, Brooklyn, and Chicago won. Why not the Spurs? Yeah, folks will say, well, Brian Wright drafted Wemby. Well, duh, I would have drafted Wemby. Vassell, I thought was a good pick. I know Tyrese Halliburton was behind him, but we had DeJounte Murray at the time. SGA would have missed in the paint. Ball's going to bounce around and is going to go out of bounds. Spurs ball. I mean, I understand why he wouldn't have taken Tyrese Halliburton when he was available in that draft. We thought DeJounte Murray was our point guard of the future. Didn't work out. The one thing that Brian Wright does have on his resume that you can't take away is the complete waste of draft picks in 2021. Keldon Johnson into the paint, throws it the layup. No good. He's awful tonight. But the 2021 draft. Dort is just on fire tonight and killing us. We're now down by 16 with 5 minutes to go. But Joshua Primo, Joe Wieskamp. What a waste of a draft. Spurs ball. CP3's wide open from the corner. Takes the shot, misses the shot. Dort has 20 tonight. Dort's going to take another 3. That one's a miss. Thunder get the rebound, though. So you cause a miss, and they get the ball right back. Walls for 3. Nope. Chris Paul's going to grab the rebound. Mike, I wouldn't say Blake's a disaster. His offense is not coming around, though. Do we just have another turnover? Nope. Ball's going to go off the Thunder, player out of bounds. It'll stay up the Spurs. We choose Wesley and Branham over Rob. Well, that's true. Max is available to flexor. We also drafted, did we draft Joshua Primo before Alper and Şengün? I think Şengün was behind Primo. Now, granted, we don't have Wemby if a lot of these things play out differently. I'm just saying, our drafting has been maybe a little sus, but a lot of teams miss those players we're talking about. So he drives in the paint, layup, no good, foul, going to the line for 2. Good night, Homer. Thank you for stopping in. Yes, Wemby has 1 field goal. 1. Does he? Wait, he has 2, doesn't he? I thought he had 2. It's bad either way. Cash Blue, I mean... So I missed the first free throw. I don't really know. Hurley's under contract right now with UConn. Becky Hammond coming here wouldn't be the worst thing. She's killing it in the WNBA with, 2 championships in her first 3 years. So he makes a second one. We're down by 15 and the clock is running on us. Have my space buns in? Oh, space buns. Oh, well, I don't know. Wemby is not taking a shot in the second half. He did not take a shot in the second half. I've heard he was sick before the game, and we're down by 17 now. Well, I got to see the Giants, Yankees, and Spurs all lose on Monday night. Am I going to get to see the Spurs and Yankees lose on Wednesday night? The Spurs turn the ball over again. SGA in the paint on the fast break. Layup good, and this game is... That's the dagger. I thought we got CP3 to make Wemby's life easier too, but it hasn't been working like that. I said Lob City 2.0. It's Lob City 0.0 or 0.2. We are just not good. Thank you, Homer. I want to stay to the end and hang out with the Yankees game too with you guys. I don't think we're going to get to 200 thumbs up tonight. Brandon actually hit that 3, but I appreciate those of you that did hit the thumbs up. We're at 100. Oh, we get to 200. All right, I stand corrected. I will shut up my mouth. We can't stop them from scoring. Another bucket for the Thunder. Jeremy Sohan with a tough move in the paint and a little jumper and timeout by the Thunder. Are they going to the backups? Are they waving the white flag? The Spurs have a game tomorrow against the Jazz. We'll be live for 9 p.m. for that game tomorrow, by the way. Thank you, Veronica. I appreciate that. We'll talk to the chat while we're waiting here. Stop them. How make a bucket? How about both, Jawan? That would be nice. Wemby does look like he's going to cry getting it. He's not going to cry. Does Kelvin have trade value? Some. He's on a team-friendly contract. It goes down over the next few years to $17.5 million from $20 million. So he's, yes. Jalen Williams is not in the game right now. If you look over here to your right, my left, the players on the court are right there. Season is early, Christian, exactly. Spacing is a problem. Turnover is a huge problem. The defense has not been bad. Let's actually look at a positive here. The Thunder have 103 points right now. They're probably going to score about 112 to 115. With that roster, that's not horrible. Wemby's better than Sean Bradley. Come on now. I am curious to see. That's a good question. 21 turnovers is also a problem, but Wemby's play without Devin Vassell in the lineup and Wemby's play with Devin Vassell, I think it's going to be a lot better. Nate, I'm not sure Chet's going to come back into the game with the Thunder up by 16. Maybe we did give Wemby a little too much praise, but he was also very good at times, and really, really good at times. I don't want to start hearing bus talk and sophomore jinx or whatever. Not to that point yet. If we're 10 games into the year and he's playing like this every night, then I might have some concern. How good, Andrew? She's in the game. Pop intentionally tanking again, no game plan. I don't think we're intentionally tanking. Wemby is the main focus of the opposing team's defense. Chet is not. No, that's a fair statement, Alex. Chet's a good player. I'm not taking anything away from him, but if I'm game planning my defense for the Thunder, the first person I need to shut down is SGA. If I'm game planning for the Spurs, the first person I need to shut down is Victor Wembanyama. Well, yeah, Cooper Flag would be terrific, but I don't want us to go through like another 20-win season or 22-win season, 25. I don't. It's awful. It's awful as a Spurs fan. It's awful as a content creator to be live every night rooting for your team and to watch them. That 18-game losing streak last year was terrible. One, to see our guys losing left and right. But then when the negativity that comes with that losing streak, when you're in there trying to stay motivated and trying to say, do a good play-by-play reaction, and you just see more and more people saying, I'm done watching for the year, or people are checking out early in the first quarter because we're already down by 10, the season's over. It's rough, and I don't want that to happen. And Chet's on the bench. He's probably done for the game. Speaking of done, the Yankees are in a lot of trouble, down 7-6. This could be their last game of the year, and I'm a Yankees fan, so Thunderball, that pull-up three by Caruso is not good. Mama with the rebound, and the Spurs, oh my gosh, they have City Sissoko in there, so they're definitely waving the white flag. They have a game tomorrow against the Jazz at 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll be live. Another Spurs turnover. Even our backups can't stop turning the damn ball over. Thunder will improve to 4-0. The Spurs will drop to 1-3. OKC has 18 steals tonight. 18! Brandon for three. No good from 26 feet. Sorry. I'm going to keep an eye on the World Series. Miss for the Thunder. This game is over. This game's over. Extra Smooth Dude, good evening. For those of you taking off, please hit the thumbs up on the way out. It does still help the channel. I'll stay till the end. I'll probably go to the end of game stats, and then I'm going to watch the rest of the World Series and not fall asleep for hours if the Yankees lose, which it's not looking good. But I got to watch the end of the Yankees game. Dallas, a lot of people are really hard on Victor right now. He had a bad game. I don't know if he's sick or not. People are saying he was sick coming into the game. If that's the case, then he shouldn't be playing. I know it's a nationally televised game. Actually, that might be the reason he's not. Actually, there's those new CBA rules about benching players on the road, so I don't know if something had to do with that. I don't know. Whoever said the Spurs weren't getting to 100, you call. Oh, we're not getting to 100. You're right, William. Not even close. Edward? I don't know. And the thing is, I read an article from Pounding the Rock or Air Alamo about the turnover issues in the preseason. I try not to read way too much into the preseason, but sometimes you do. If a player's playing exceptionally poor or a player's playing exceptionally well, you're like, oh, wow. What's going on here? And the Yankees get out of the ninth without giving up a run. But the website addressed huge concerns with turnovers in the preseason, and that has carried over very much into the regular season. We do need a better team around Wemby. For all the criticism being thrown at Victor Wembanyama tonight, the starting lineup for the Spurs was Wemby, Jeremy Sohan, Harrison Barnes, Chris Paul, and Julian Champagnie. Chris Paul is significantly past his prime. Chet came out with Jan Williams and SGA. The two players next to Chet, way better than the two players next to Wemby, his two best players. I'm not taking anything away from Chet. He played well tonight. Wemby's 1 of 5 and 6 points were both career lows tonight. I think Champagnie goes to the bench, and I don't even know what's happening in the game. I'm sorry. We missed a free throw. It's Thunderball. The game is over. There is a reason why Golden State let CP3 go. That's true. So Wemby with pretty much his career worst game tonight. I don't know what his rebounds and blocks look like, but this is his worst one. And the game's actually over on ESPN. So, yeah, I'm about 30 seconds behind. So, my apologies. I don't like watching this on Sling, but it's what I got. I mean, it's only $20 for the first month, so... And the Thunder are going to run out the clock now. All right, we'll put the F up. We'll go over the ending game stats, and then we'll get the F out. So I can watch the rest of this Yankees game. Congratulations, Thunders fans. You guys got us again. You guys have gotten us a lot since this channel started. It is what it is. We had a good crowd tonight. Appreciate you guys for that. Let's get into the ending game stats. I'll try to do this quick so I can check out the rest of the Yankees-Dodgers game. Not too quick, though. I don't want to ignore anybody. All right, for the Thunder, Chet Holmgren had... What? Nope, that's on the Spurs again. Holmgren with 19 points. Williams with 12. SGA with 18. So I actually held SGA in check. 7 of 20 from the field, 2 of 10 from 3. He had a bad game. Didn't matter. Thunder won by 12. Dort was awesome tonight for the Thunder. 6 of 8 from 3, finished with 20 points. Wallace with 9 off the bench. What the heck's this guy's name? I can't read it. Flagel? 0. Jones with 0. Zhang with 5. Caruso with 0. Joe with 6. Wiggins with 4. Duncan with 0. And Mitchell with 12 for our Spurs. Champagny was a dud out there tonight. 1 of 5. 3 turnovers, 3 points. Sohan, 17 points and 9 boards and 4 assists. He was okay. Harrison Barnes, 18 points. Wemby with arguably one of the worst games of his career, maybe the worst game of his career. 6 points on 1 of 5 shooting, 8 boards, 2 assists, no steals, 3 blocks, 4 turnovers. Chris Paul with 14 points and 9 assists. Off the bench, Zach Collins with 3, Mama with 3, Kelvin with 9, but was abysmal from 3 again. He was only 1 of 5. Brandon was a positive off the bench with 15. Wesley with 5. Stephon Castle's shot has disappeared. 0 for 5 with 0. And City Sissoko came in garbage time and had a rebound and an assist. Wow. 1 and 3, guys. We'll be back tomorrow for the Jazz. And I'm going to watch the rest of the Yankees game and get ready to do a YouTube short on the ending. Hopefully it's a positive ending. But I appreciate y'all being here. And I'm going to go watch the rest of the Yankees. So thank you on behalf of myself, Baby Coyote, Mikey, and Grogu, and Selena. What you going to do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go!